I think the NYU Global Network University approach is something that's rather interesting from my perspective because as a person who works on human impacts on coastal ecosystems, this is something that's geographically widespread. NYU has a presence in New York, it has a presence in Abu Dhabi, but it also has a presence in Shanghai and Accra and many other coastal cities. We have people from IT involved in this course, we have people from the library involved in this course, we have GIS specialists involved in this course, all running in the background to share the data that's being generated in each of these different institutions, and moving that around the world provides a real opportunities for students to think globally while looking at a local context.
This was a trip to Kenya in relation to the Makindu Children's Center, which is for orphans and vulnerable children. A group of 12 students went from many different disciplines. How can we, as 12 students who will be here only 4 days, how can we help? The center wanted a data collection system that would allow them to have a relational web-based database. 2 of our students are greatly interested in computer engineering, computer science. They immediately said, we can work with Professor O'Day at NYU Abu Dhabi. As soon as we get back, they did. So it's real-world experience, but in service to our students' main occupation, learning.
The idea is to share the technology with the kids so that we all begin to be ethnographers of our own culture. Just like I do with video to engage the students as ethnographers themselves, when we're designing for students, we engage them as designers as well. My approach is always to engage people in being able to use the technologies to design research projects around social action and social justice.
I'm actually working on a project right now where we're going to be putting together ways to teach case studies online. You have some real-time teaching moments where you discuss with students the possible decisions that they can make, and then students would possibly come together in a collaborative way, and that could be synchronous or asynchronous, to really discuss the case. So if we're thinking about creating something for an online environment, we want to recognize that we can't just communicate only in text, right? Because what about those visual learners? We can't just communicate only in visuals, because what about those learners that actually need to communicate with one another to learn?
If you look at websites that present Abu Dhabi to the world, they often will invoke the idea of cosmopolitanism, and it's been one of the core values of NYU Abu Dhabi itself from its establishment. So in fact, we used technology in the first year to present this set of ideas to the students in a very deliberate way. We used the online system to have a series of dialogues that were facilitated by our philosopher. That was boiled down to a series of questions which were then given to me, and then I recorded a lecture addressing some of these questions, but not really providing answers, but maybe leading the students to have more different or more interesting questions. And it really became a kind of theme for the year, and in some sense my teaching on the subject here this year, now that I'm here all year, is an outgrowth of that initial summer colloquium.
The Global Network University Technology Plan rests on our collaboration. We could not be successful without being attentive to local need, striving to deliver those at a global, consistent standard, and collaborating with one another as IT leaders and service providers.